I have thought about it, that when you have a situation as we have today, and you have a vice president, now a flag bearer for a political party, how do we manage the two? What do we do to make sure that, yes, we're still meeting the needs of the people by playing the role of the vice president and still be able to manage a campaign leading to an election?
Her landing point just says when you set up mischief and you're swimming in it, this is what happens. She has even answered what you just asked. For God's sake, we have moved on as a globe. You needn't sit to just say, so one must sit in the office. No, you said I shouldn't talk. You said I shouldn't
but
do
you
this.
were talking.
I sat through. I didn't interject. Just let me talk.
Rabi, you did.
I sat through and listened to you. So let me flow. What I am telling you is that, Annie, you shouldn't expect anybody today to sit and ask, is he going not to be working as if, how? For God's sake. This is a situation where we are, and this is a person who is anchoring digitalization. He is telling you how effective you can use your time. This morning we were watching on your same platform when the young man was talking about AI and how we are getting more productive and how we are utilizing our time and everything. Whether there is no internet, which is stop this. I don't want to do that. I didn't do that.
I was sorry. I was only shipping it.
So just apologize. If I apologize, thank you for apologizing. But let me move on. So what I am telling you, Annie, is that you shouldn't expect him to be static. Coming from COVID, we all know that people are even more useful with their time, having to employ digital structures or to work virtually or remotely wherever they find. And across the globe, people have now embraced remote working and everything. Fast forward, I want to come back to the questions Beatrice asked, though they came as just open questions, but I would want to respond to them. I find it very difficult to watch the NDC speak about what right has somebody got to come to campaign to people out of not having the right character, not having the good conduct, or having lied as they want to tag the vice president. Now, Annie, let me say this. We have a person who has served as a vice president. You can call him a driver's mate. It's okay. He worked as the former president, John Mahama did. I said it on this platform, that we can't, if we want to be very realistic, we can't point out one very frustrated vice president in this country or two without mentioning His Excellency former President John Mahama. He is a living testimony, and he would attest to the fact that sitting on the seat of a vice president isn't as easy as they are trying to let us see it. He came, look, in their process of ruling, he was as frustrated up to a point where he was drafting his resignation letter. You know why he was drafting his resignation letter? Because he wasn't as functional as Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He wasn't as useful to the nation as Dr. Mahmoud
That is
Bawumia.
inaccurate.
He wasn't as competent.
No.
He wasn't used.
No.
He wasn't allowed.
Hajia.
He wasn't
Hajia,
allowed.
pause.
Withdrawn. Comments withdrawn.
Thank you.
He wasn't allowed to effectively function as Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is doing. Now, let me tell you something. With me coming from development background, I will tell you, when you are seated and not implementing policies, that is where people don't have issues with you, because you are doing nothing and there is nothing to talk about. Today, the NDC is only vocal and this assertive because we have a vice president like Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who would come and work, who would give them the opportunity to wake up from their slumber, who would tell them, look, we need an opposition that will go back to the drawing board and criticize the sitting government. In all this, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will come and tell you that, look, I wouldn't even come and say I'm a dead goat on a lame horse talking about that syndrome. Now she asked of, what is he coming to say? When he go, they will ask him questions. Saying it's going to be a fair play. Ghanaians are ready, and Ghanaians are sound-minded, very discerning. Same questions will be asked His Excellency former President John Mahama. They would ask him what happened to Jida. They would ask him, what happened to Sada?
What happened with Jida?
Good. With Jida, the Abuga Pele deal.
What happened?
They would ask him,
no, what happened?
How did you supervise the usage of the amount of money?
What was the outcome of Jida case?
What was the outcome? Annie.
We all
saw how the implementation, 32 million Ghana.
And then what was it?
How 32 million Ghana cedi was mismanaged.
So what was the outcome of that? You know, fighting corruption, you can be seen to be fighting corruption effectively when you're able to prosecute your own, not when you're able to prosecute your opponent. I hope you agree with that.
We are talking about Jida.
No, I hope you agree.
I totally agree.
And what was the outcome of Jida?
And I will always tell you, in terms of prosecution, first it's about ascertaining the whole happening. 32 million Ghana cedis has been mismanaged.
And what happened? It didn't end at the mismanagement.
Yes, so that's
it has an end. So come to the end, and then you make your point.
Of course, we have lawyers, we have judges, we have people who sit on, and I'm glad Beatrice is one. What I am telling you is that there is no point to rush quickly to pass any judgment on an issue when you don't have a full grasp or the components or everything that has to come with investigation. You know, arrest was made. You know, investigation is being done, and then to look at what really happened in terms of prosecution and all that, and I am telling you that the most immediate or recent one that should give you reassurance on issues of what has happened to this person and so what should be the issue of the Maslow box. So I am telling you, no matter how long it takes.
No, the point I'm making is that you're making reference.
It's not going to take forever.
Hajia. You're making reference to Jida. What happened to the Maslow balls happened in the previous administration. What happened with Jida happened in the previous administration.
Of course, yes.
Both leaders worked on it legally and have punished those who were seen to be involved in corrupt activities. And I think you should give credit, as you're giving the same credit to the current leadership for what it has done to the Maslow boss. I think the same should be given to what was done to the Jida boss. Not so. If you're being fair and you're being very balanced and not being mischievous in your submission, I think it should be. It's the same thing.
In the case,
so why do you want to give credit to Maslow, but you don't want to give credit to Jida?
Annie, I wouldn't run away from your position. And you have been having conversations with me here. When there is a need to go as clean and objective as possible, I will do. But if you had allowed me to land, I would have gotten to the same point you are doing. What I am telling you here is that, and no, let me tell you, it's not funny. What I am telling you this morning is that, and you see, you're happy. What I am telling you is
I just like you.
Yes, I know you like me, and I always give you the best. What I am telling you is that you have to start from the point of implementation. How is the implementation done? You would promise the people, this is what I am bringing to you. Now, you should be open enough for accountability. For your own integrity's sake, you should be able to do it well before even getting to a point of you being prosecuted and as well you being taken on and all that. What we are saying is that she asked a harmless question, I would deem it, that the people of Ghana would ask that, what are you coming to do? What did you do this? Okay. And I'm humbly saying, they would as well ask him, how did you run the country?
Okay.
We were all in this country. So for me to be nicely saying, and they will ask Bawumia, and Bawumia is subject to fact check and all that, we all saw the posturing. We all saw the utterances, and we all saw the posture His Excellency former President John Mahama gave us when we needed his voice most. We wanted him to just come to tell us, the people of Ghana, I have failed adequately. This is way worse performance. I have been incompetent. However, I am still the president, and this is what I can do. I would go back and correct it. You don't wait for Ghanaians to say enough is enough for you to want to come back. Never. We are going there, and Ghanaians will judge us based on our records and competence.